for all victims of police brutality. Tawanda, it's all you.
Yes, guys, sorry that we're starting up a little bit later than 7, but tonight, unfortunately, we have a special guest, and the reason why I say unfortunately, no mother should have to bury their child, no mother. So we're gonna play the video, and we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna straight bring our beautiful queen on, and her story is so heartbreaking, and it sounds so familiar. This is what we always hear. It doesn't matter in what city, what state, but this is the norm in America, and it's so sad and disgusting. But we're here to show our support and love and all that. So we're gonna play the video that we play every week of one of the first officers, the first road cop to actually start executing my brother, and we'll be back. Mic check.
Mic check.
Can't stop, won't stop, till killer cops are in cell blocks. Can't stop.
The following video portrays an incident of assault and violence at the hands of police. Viewer discretion is advised.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
This is Baltimore City Police Officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz. In a video shot in 2016, Ruiz is seen with his knee on the back of an unknown man with a gun pointed at the man's head. His message was a clear one. Concerned onlookers, adhere to my dictates or else. Here, we can hear Ruiz saying to Baltimore residents,
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
It is documented that Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender, even without access to all complaints against Ruiz, undisclosed by BPD Internal Affairs records. 6 cases involving Ruiz are known. This video will briefly highlight 6 total cases beginning in July of 2013. Case 1, Abdul Salam, July 1st, 2013. Here Salam is seen victoriously smiling in celebration after the jury found Ruiz and 2 other cops liable for brutality against him. However, because the trial was civil, not criminal, Ruiz was not fired and he did not go to jail.
Police profiled me. They followed me in the back of my house, harassing me. Police proceeded to violently and hostilely approach my van with me and my son in it. As I announced, this was my home, guns drawn. Once they reached my vehicle, they violently pulled me out, ramshacked my vehicle with my 3-year-old son strapped in his car seat, threw me against the gate, slammed me repeatedly. Picked me up by my feet, and while I'm upside down, they proceeded to drop me on my head, hog tie me, and immediately when I fell on my head, Ruiz, in a wrestling type of action, and kind of hit his knee against my neck. I was arrested. I had no idea what I was being arrested for. My son is scarred to this day. He remembers the incident as it happened yesterday. When he talks about it, he always refers to Daddy being on the floor with police yesterday.
Case 2, Darrell Harris, profiled, as seen in this video, July 17th, 2013.
Yeah, I said, what's wrong with it? Improper way with it. There's no such thing as an improper way.
You gonna tell me my job, bro?
I know the law.
Are you gonna tell me the law?
I know the law.
You gonna tell me the
I know the law. What's the problem? You giving me a ticket? You need my license registration?
Yeah, let me get it.
To profile, y'all use the seatbelt as a reason. Profile.
Sir, do me a favor, take out your keys.
Dad, you can record for what? Nah. I don't feel safe right now. Do you want me to step out the car? Do you want me to step out the car? I'll step out the car. Call the police, man. What do you call a supervisor? Don't about to do shit. This is getting uploaded to the internet right now. Yeah?
And we are two law-abiding citizens that we're getting targeted, and I don't know why.
Just 24 hours later, Bernardez Ruiz played a leading role in the police killing of unarmed Tyrone West. Case number 3, the murder of Tyrone West, July 18th, 2013.
My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013.
In both of these cases, when you look at the pleadings and the harsh language of these officers that have been quoted to me by reliable witnesses, the N-word.
And Killer Ruiz and Killer Chapman and the rest of those 11 and 15 killers, including David Lewis, took something from my family that they could never give us again. And that was my brother Tyrone West, one unarmed man who was brutally murdered, beat to death in broad daylight.
Check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
So thank you, my sister. Thank you. I appreciate you. So tonight, guys, my heart is real heavy because this is a family that I wouldn't wish my worst enemy into. This is a club that nobody signs up and say, hey, recruit me. I want you to snatch one of my loved ones. And even though I'm a sister of police brutality victim, and even though my brother's more than a police brutality victim, first of all, I apologize. Let me take that back. My brother Tyrone West's life mattered. That was my big brother. Oh, that is my big brother. Because even heaven can't separate us. But nevertheless, my heart is real heavy tonight because I have a mom, and I'm going to bring her on shortly. But 2 things are going on, and today is actually Michael Brown Jr.'s 30th heavenly birthday. And Michael Brown Jr. should be here. He should be here with his family, you know. And if you don't know who Michael Brown is, he was executed in Ferguson. It's horrible. He would have been 30 years old today. And it's sad because next week, well, actually this weekend, the 22nd, is my brother Tyrone West's birthday. And my brother should be here. And my heart is just tattered and torn that my big brother, we have to say happy heavenly birthday. It is awful. No family deserves to feel this type of pain. And also, we lost a brother in the fight that always been boots on ground. So I'm sending special love and a big shout out to our brother Andrew Joseph Jr. I met him when I was out of town with all the impacted families with Uncle Bobby and his beautiful wife, Auntie B. And when I say Brother Andrew's voice was powerful and amazing, and he always pumps us up. That was our pump up guy, boots on the ground. He'd be, whose house, whose street? And you knew, once you heard his voice, you knew Andrew knew what to do. And unfortunately, we just lost him. And my heart goes out to his wife, his children. But I'm so glad that I heard that he was able to see his daughter graduate from college, and that is such a blessing. So I'm sending love to his wife, his children, his family, our family. You know, that was a tragic loss, you know, to a brother that was doing amazing things, always boots on the ground. But tonight, I just want to take a pause because as someone fighting for accountability who lost their big brother in such a horrific way in broad daylight, I don't ever want to feel and I didn't want to feel that pain of losing my brother, a sibling, a father figure, just everything to me, right? But to lose your child, so tonight I have my beautiful sister, beautiful sister. And I want to give a big shout out to my brother Malcolm, who literally put us in contact. And it's like I said, this is no club that no family member wants to be a part of. You know, Miss Angelica is fighting for her son who was executed. And I'm not even going to hold the mic any longer. I'm just going to pass it over. First of all, my sister Queen, I just want to say my heart goes out to you. We're here to support you. And if you don't mind sharing, let us know who your son is and what you're fighting for. And if you want to go into what happened, feel free to share whatever you're comfortable with sharing. Mic check. It's all yours, my queen. Mic check.
Mic check.
First off, thank you guys for inviting me on. My name is Angelica Johnson. My son is Daquan Johnson, and he was and still is somebody. February 18th, the entire day he was scared. Police followed him all day. That night, they followed him to what they thought was a secluded parking lot. And while he was laying chest down with one arm behind his back, with an officer straddling his back, another officer standing on his other arm, and a canine at his throat, one coward officer yelled, "Gun," and they shot my son twice in the back and once at the very base of the neck in the back of the head. After they shot and killed him, they left the canine dog to just chew at him as he lay on the ground. 4 years ago in Grand Rapids, Michigan, another young man was shot in the back of the head. And the prosecutor there caught so much heat. We know it wasn't going to be a fair trial to begin with. It ended. The prosecutor refused to retry the officer, and because of that situation, then he is now basing his decision not to try the officer who shot and killed because of this other man's case. So right now I am learning how to fight in a fight that I never thought I would be in. I'm trying to figure out how to get justice, because when these things happen, there are no answers. No one can give you a clear answer. There's no book to help you out. You just got to lean on God and have faith that he's going to direct you through this and that he's going to get you through every last moment. And even if I don't see the world's justice, I got to know that God is going to give me justice on his own.
So sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry, my queen. I'm just sorry. And just, I saw that video and it broke my heart. Like, I saw it because it went viral. Like, literally, and it said that horrible stuff like that go viral. I'm looking for the day when you get accountability, when we get accountability, for that to go viral. That's the stuff we need to go viral. And to know that this was a repeat violent offender. Just like in my brother's case, even though my brother wasn't gunned down, but literally beat to death in broad daylight, pepper spray, tased, tortured, you know? And I'm just so sorry for your son. Like, I'm so sorry, my queen. And we're here to help you fight in whatever way that we can. and this won't be your last time bringing you on. Like, we are here to help you. Like I said, I know words can't like comfort you. You know, it could be a little something, but and then for you to have to see something that horrific, I can't even stand to see the video when they showed a little small clipping of my brother's arm falling off the gurney. Like, he's laying on the gurney, and I knew he was lifeless. That thing haunts me. And we had video footage of my brother, but they wind up taking it. And I don't know if we'll ever get that video footage, but someone captured my brother's whole entire murder on case, you know. And I'm just saying, but I'm praying for you. Like, what is it that we can do to support you? Like, is anybody that we could call? Like, what is it that we can do, boots on the ground, to help you out?
I mean, I don't even know where, like, it's the beginning. I'm still trying to figure out what my next moves are supposed to be. I don't know. Like, I've never been here. So to know what you need in this particular situation, it's really hard. I want his story to get out there. I don't want his death to be in vain. I don't want to watch a video every day and know that I'm watching it in vain. I'm watching my son being executed every day because I have to share the video to keep the momentum, to keep his name going.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, my yeah, but I know it's the whole process.
When people ask those questions, I don't know how to answer them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like, I get it, because you better than me. Because I remember literally, like, when my brother was killed, like, that first 2-3 months, I couldn't even really speak. I literally had my uncle and my cousin be the voice, and it was just like I had to speak. It's like no way I could just sat back. So I get it, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know, because you have so many people that claim they want to help you, and they're leading you down dead end streets. But one thing for certain, and two things for sure, is keep on doing what you know how to do. Keep praying, keep sharing, and we'll keep doing any and everything in our power to help you and all that stuff. Like, I literally, like, they even lied on my brother's autopsy report. Like, literally, like, I'm so sorry, my queen. Like, this is awful, you know. And this is like, have you gotten your son autopsy report back?
I did. The prosecutor only acknowledged 2 gunshots. The third year was listed on the 4th page of the autopsy. I don't even think the prosecutor even really looked at the autopsy. He looked at 2 shots listed and didn't look through the autopsy for the 3rd shot. I just feel like I'm not doing enough. The worst feeling, what you're doing, and not feel like you're doing enough at the same time, even know where to start.
Yeah, no, but see, that's how the system works. So I'm glad that Malcolm connected you and I, so you ain't got to worry about, like, I'm going to have people support you in whatever way, whatever. And the first thing I urge you to do, that I had to do for myself, because just finding common grounds and knowing and accepting the unacceptable. You know, like, I had to literally, you know, even though I was boots on the ground going out there protesting every week, but my mind was in a whole nother place. So I personally am urging you to, like, seek counseling, therapy. I don't know if you into that now, but I had to go, and I thank God for the Roberta's house, because they helped me learn when they was telling me, oh, this is your new life. And I'm thinking, like, what new life? I never asked for this, but the way I had to do things was a new life. You know, living a life without my loved one, being here right there. And it's still like, we still are spiritually connected. He might not be here in the physical realm, but he's here spiritually connected with me, with God. So I believe that in all aspects. Like I just literally been through like, you know, a lot of just chaos, confusion, back to back to back to back. And then like my brother literally showed up with me. His spirit was there when I went through something, and it made me like when I felt sick, like, and I'm like, okay, that was, and that just came to me the other night. I'm like, oh my God, why did I feel that crazy about a vehicle? A vehicle is because I literally had my car towed by a racist tow truck company that just wanted $340, and they said the police told them to tow my car. That's what I found out as going, because at first I thought I just was in a non-permitted spot, but long story short, I was told 2 times that this particular company said that the police told them they towed my vehicle, but nevertheless, for them to literally break my transportation. But I felt so sick in my stomach, and I felt like how I felt when my brother was being executed, and it was just like my brother's spirit right there was like, and it just hit me over the weekend when I was telling Uncle Bill about the situation when we were at our event, and it was like, oh my goodness, that was my brother saying, sis, they so mad at you, sis, they did that dirty stuff on purpose type of thing. So I want to check to see if we got any questions or comments, and I'm gonna get back to you. Mic check.
Mic check. Kalia, are you able to read the comments, or should another?
Kalia is not able to read it tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Oh, very
Our first comment is Ansel Jones, who said mic check, and then Jay Adashi said mic check. Super Cardio also said mic check. We have Femme Fatale Racer today, who said mic check. Good evening, people. Love, love, love. Good evening to Miss Angelica. And also expressing, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Main 4405 also said mic check. And then Femme Fatale Racer said, ma'am, you're doing so much. Grieving is a lot. Advocating is a bigger step. Funding support is a bigger step. You're doing so much already. And those are all of our comments for tonight.
Miss Angelica, this is Bill. I have a question for you. Have you been given an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor?
No, he refused. He called me to let me know what the decision. He gave me enough common courtesy to tell me what the decision was going to be before he did the press release. Outside of that, once he made his decision, I don't think there was too much for us to really talk about.
So I was just thinking of 2 things that might be helpful. One would be if he would agree to an appointment, if you could bring some supporters and family members and argue that this prosecution needs to happen, that he needs to reverse his position. It may not be successful, but I think it might be good to try. And the other thing is, perhaps you could do a press conference of your own to explain what really happened. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, so that right there, May 23rd, this coming up Saturday, and stepped up to help me. They've already sent the list of demands to the prosecuting attorney. They're very well acquainted with Chris Becker. So they have stepped in to help me try to get some accountability in regard. I guess show me, you know what would be my next steps if Chris Becker doesn't prosecute. So I do have that. We will be doing a press release the 23rd as well.
Glad to hear that.
Awesome.
And I would love
Awesome.
if you're able to come to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Please come and support us. May 23rd, 3 p.m.
Me and my
Yeah.
friends that's listening, that's in that area, please come out and support. Please come out and support. Then also, my queen, you can share once you do the press conference and everything. Please share it with me, and I'll make sure I put it on my page as well. And we'll just keep sharing and advocating.
I
Definitely.
most definitely will. Thank you so much.
No, you're so welcome. Like, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Like, it's a nightmare. Like, it's a nightmare that you only wish that somebody could just pinch you, or you could just wake up and be like, oh my goodness, I had this bad dream, blah blah, and it's our reality, you know. But yeah, we definitely got your back, and this won't be the first time or nothing that you'll be connected with us.
I appreciate it so much. I am so grateful, so humble in this. If this don't teach you nothing, it teaches you how to be humble in ways you never thought
I'm so
you
sorry.
would ever have to be humble.
And also, my queen just hit me.
I'm just thankful that God gave me a peace. Go ahead,
Amen. You know, I just want to say too, I just thought about you because I'm connected to another mom, and I'll put you on with my other moms as well, their circle, and they can guide you like these stuff. And like my sister, her name is Sarah. Her son was killed on her son named Derek. He was killed on Juneteenth. And I mean, like, shot. They had the dogs at him. They threw all, and it sounds early similar, and it breaks our heart. So I'm definitely going to connect you guys tonight. If you don't mind, like via text, and that way you could talk to her. She could walk you through it because she's still fighting really hard for her son. Literally.
That will be appreciated.
Yeah, I sure will. And that way, we can cry together, and then also plan on offline putting you in, and I'll make sure I make the connection, and I'll put you on with the other national families and stuff like that. And when we have like our retreats where we come together just out of love and honor and memories of our loved ones, and we have to fly out somewhere, I'm definitely going to put you on that as well. And that way, that's a healing process. And they got workshops. It's beautiful. So I'll definitely make sure I make that connection with you, with the other families as well. So you don't have to worry about nothing now. All you got to do is just worry about just keeping yourself sane. Just remember that you are doing everything possible in a horrible situation like that. Don't never underestimate what you're doing, because you got some people that when they go through something as horrific as that, sometimes it takes their life. You know what I mean? It takes the whole soul out of them, make them feel hopeless, make them don't want to fight and just do crazy stuff. So I just thank God that you have, like you said, you are humble. You're like me and everybody on the West Coalition, non-spiritual. I believe in God, and that's the only one that directs my path and guides my way and have me go through something that I couldn't dream of. You know what I'm saying? So I got you, my queen. Don't even worry about it. You ain't got to say no more, because anybody that meet me, this is like, now we're in a sisterhood that we never asked for, but I am now part of your family. You are part of my family, and this is not going to be the last conversation. Like, I'm going to be every day sending you powerful, uplifting stuff. I'm going to be every day boots on the ground with you, whether it's make a phone call, whatever we can do, you know. So I just, you know, sorry that you're going through that, and I have love and respect for you and all the moms and all of our loved ones that are fighting the way we fight for accountability. And I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my queen.
It's not your fault. God puts us. I don't believe anything. It didn't just. It happened for a reason. Sometimes it takes tragedy for God to get you to walk in your true calling. I know Daquan has something on his life, and I know the calling on his life was just as great as it is on mine. It will not be in vain, is not in vain, and that God took him before it was too late. So I thank God I thank him,
Amen.
even though it hurts.
Yeah, amen. And I'm just grateful for you with your relationship you have with God and that you have with your son. And Daquan is so proud of you. I promise you, he's proud of you. And he don't want you suffering. Like, he don't want you like crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me. The one thing I know for certain, and two things for sure, as much as we would want to live forever or whatever, or however we want to live, you know, there's a start date and there's a close date, and we will see our loved ones again. But it's just like you said, everything unfortunately happens for a reason. And I just thank God that God is sustaining you in it, that we're making connections, and everything happens, like I said, for a reason. Good, sad, bad, ugly, all that stuff. But I'm here to hold your hand. I'm here to be a listening ear. I'm here in whatever way you need me, my queen, in any which ways. And I respect your time because I know it's kind of late. And I don't want to traumatize you because tonight we have a long, sad list of literally in a matter of like 16 days, we have over 50 something names, and the youngest being a 17-year-old and the oldest victim being in their 80s. This is disgusting. It is beyond like your mind can't wrap around the pain and the trauma that's connected to this stuff. It's horrible. So if you wanted to like go stay, if you want to stay, my queen, while we, and plus I'm going to check to see if we got any more questions or comments for you, but if you want to stay after that while we read the sad list and things of that nature, you can feel free to stay on there, because we only say their names to show people. We're, like I always say, we're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter. It may not matter to the ones that are executing us and taking our whole family away, because when you snatch one of the loved ones, the whole family is torn up on the floor, from the oldest to the youngest. Everybody is sitting back wondering why did something so horrific had to happen. And especially when it happens and with people that's supposed to serve and protect. Meanwhile, they're serving us death while they're protected. They're serving us brutality while they're protected. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, but we're here for you, my queen. So I want to check real quick to see if we have any questions or comments. You're so welcome.
Yes, we have a few more comments. So Femme Fatale Racer said that her name is actually Barbara Nico Green. I'm Keith Davis Jr.'s sister-in-law. I've been present for a lot of stuff dealing with Marilyn Mosby's takedown and whatnot. And I'm trying to stay present in what's continuing in her wake and what's been happening across the nation, especially with the rise of white supremacists and law enforcement. Super Cardio said, what happened to your son was horrible. I'm sorry for what happened. And Ms. Barbara said several, like frowny faces and some crying faces. So that's all we have for our comments now.
Thank you, and thank you, Cardio, and thank you, Ms. Barbara. We appreciate that. And yeah, because we know the stuff that went down with Keith Davis. He was out there, boots on the ground with him. I remember meeting Kelly, and it was like a nightmare. Hearing this queen at the time before Keith became her husband. That was her boyfriend, the love of her life, still is. God bless both of them. And the fact that he was on the phone while he's literally gunned down because they had the wrong person, and the system is so dirty. The games that they play, instead of them saying, hey, we had the wrong guy, now it goes from prosecution to persecution. It's disgusting. So big shout out. Yeah, so my queen, if you want to, feel free to stay on here while we read all these sad names, but if not, you can definitely go with me. You will not lose contact, and I promise you tonight, my queen, I will connect you and my sister Sarah tonight ASAP.
All right, I greatly appreciate you guys. I gotta finish packing up because I gotta move too. But I definitely thank you guys for the love and the time. And I look forward to speaking with you guys again soon.
Miss Angelica, I just wanted to explain, someone mentioned...
It's Angelica, Mr. Uncle Bill.
What did I say?
You said Angelica.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
My apologies.
It's okay.
Yeah. you may not have heard the name before, Marilyn Mosby, that someone mentioned in a comment here, and she was the prosecutor, and in our area we call it a city state's attorney, but same thing. And she promised the West family that she would, before she came into office, that she would prosecute the killer cops. But then when she got in there, she wouldn't do it. So that's who that is. And the other thing I want to say was thank you so much for the invitation to come out to Grand Rapids for your press conference. I would love to, but my wife's not doing so well health-wise, so I can't do that. But I'll be there in spirit.
Well, we'll keep your wife
Yes,
in my
we all
prayers as
will.
well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, my queen. And we definitely
All
be
right.
there in spirit because I wish I could jump on. And I just got finished being stuck in Florida and still ain't get and still did to this day did not get my refund back from Spirit Airline. I'm just like, they owe us like 6 to 7 flights and we ain't get a dime back yet. But thank God we still here. But we'll
Listen,
be praying for
just
you. And I'm
spread the
not gonna hold you up
word.
long
Just
longer.
spread the
So go
word.
ahead and pick it out. Oh, we gonna spread it. We gonna spread it like, oh my goodness. We definitely gonna spread it. When you get a chance, if you can send me a picture of him, I would love to post it on my Facebook tonight. And if you got social media or whatever, you can send me that off my personal number.
I'll actually send you the flyer as well for this weekend too.
Awesome. Please do. And I'll share that on my social media as well. Thank you so much, my queen. So you have
All
a
right.
blessed night.
Love everybody so much.
I appreciate you. We love you more. Thank you so
No,
much.
thank you. All right.
So welcome. Mic check.
Mic check.
Guys, mic check.
Yes, mic check. And good night.
Yeah, so guys, y'all just heard it. That is so heartbreaking. And I'm trying not to cry because I'm fake. And now I'm trying not to cry my eyes out because that's so heartbreaking and devastating to hear a mom losing it. And your child being gunned down, like executed. I'm talking about his child, all
Tawanda, you're going in and out.
my phone, pigs in a blanket, playing with my phone again. It's all good because every time I speak truth to power, they want to shut me down. But they might can mute the phone, but they will never mute my voice. They will never mute my voice, and I'll say that again. But it's awful for any parent to feel that type of pain, any sister, any brother, any father, any child, any loved one, to feel the pain of their loved one no longer being here. So that breaks my heart. So I'm just sending lots of me. This is Tawanda, stepping outside of West Wednesday, the West Coalition, I'm sorry, on the West Wednesday. I'm stepping outside of myself right now. And I'm sending her tons and tons of prayer. Praying so hard for Miss Angelica, praying so hard for her son. Her son did not deserve that. None of our loved ones do. And just to kind of, before we go into the sad list, I want to also give a big shout out to everybody that bought a ticket for our appeal event. We showed the documentary, and even the ones that bought tickets that did not show up, but they still purchased a ticket to go towards what we're doing. It is greatly and gladly appreciated. And I'll say it again, it's greatly and gladly appreciated. And we're still raising funds. We're still raising funds for the appeal. We're almost there, y'all, but we're not completely there. So if you want to make any type of small contributions or whatever the case may be, please feel free. And this event is going to be spectacular. You know, we looking right at it. We're going to have our grand opening on the 20th of June. That's just literally right around the corner. It's Our Loved One Speaks. Like, that is so powerful, so profound. You do not want to miss it. Not only want to have my brother's artwork there, we're going to have just the families that lost loved ones, as many as that we can take. And we wish we could take them all. I wish we had room and space to fill that whole gallery up from the top to the bottom. But unfortunately, limited space. But that still won't stop our love. But again, please, please, if you can buy some merch, we still got the merch on the webpage. Buy some merch, but definitely a big shout out to those, and a big shout out to Jill Carter. She was there, as well as Alyssa. Thank you, shout out Alyssa, who actually was there. We did a panel discussion. Shout out to the West Coalition, y'all rock. They went all, I'm telling you, the West Coalition goes hard for days. When I say hard, they are amazing. So a big shout out to my brother Dan, who said, and I call him Dan the man, he put the plan together, after, seeing what our sister, and we had did like this little thing. We did an event, and I won't say it's a little thing. I take that back. We did a nice big event that showed my brother's artwork and all that. Big shout out to Dina, my sister Dina. She put that together, and we all worked together as a coalition, and we knocked that thing out the box, and it made Dan be like, you know what? We maybe this dream could come true. Maybe we can get not just your brother's artwork in the gallery. Maybe we can get the other ones. And was working his butt off. Shout out to the Hellebacks. Shout out to the whole West Coalition. Shout out. Like, we did that this weekend. Like, we looked good. Shout out to my beautiful Queen Breakthrough, who's on here, that was in place, and she was looking real cute and professional with her t-shirt on. Like, shout out. They had the table going, Adina, all of them, like, they was holding it down, y'all. So y'all missed out on that one, but y'all don't want to miss out on our next event on the 20th. So again, we're asking people to still buy merch. Share, sharing is caring. Come out, support the cause. Let their voices speak, y'all. It's going to be beautiful and amazing, but we still got to get food for our opening day. We still got big shout out. Like I said, I'm in the shout out mode. Shout out to my sister, the real Alicia, not Keys, but she donated. She always donate big. Like, big shout out. Like, she's like, everybody's amazing. So any and everybody, no matter if you donated $1 to $100, shout out. No matter if you donated your time. Talia was up there. She had the whole table looking good and had all our stuff lined up, rolled down. Like, shout out to the West Coalition for baking up that stuff. Hillary with the cakes, and not the cakes, but the brownies and all that wonderful stuff. And Adina had the pies, and pies, like the little cakes. She had the cheesecake, little things. Everything was just so smart. Like, and then even at the past ones, Brother Brian and Rich, like, everybody had so many sweet treats. Like, that table was amazing, and all the stuff was yummy. I even baked the cake. So we had fun. So we're going to be doing more stuff, but just want to throw that out there. Please, please, please support in whichever way you can. So now, this is the part that I don't like. This is the part that breaks my heart. And it was feeling good for weeks, but I was knowing, I'm like, okay, even though it's quiet, does not mean the storm is not going on. And it's unfortunately that this storm is so nasty that it just snatches our loved ones, just like, oh my goodness, like a thunder roaring through the sky. It's deadly. It's terrible. It's heartbreaking. And guess what? Some that are affected by the storm, everybody don't pass away. They're forever traumatized, because we have more victims that survive, y'all. That survive, that we don't even get to say their name, that y'all won't even hear about. Just like y'all seen, y'all seen the few victims on the video. Y'all seen Abdul. He was brutalized. Thank God he wasn't killed. You seen the route. Literally 24 hours before my brother, there was the route. There was my sister there. Like, the list goes on. Like, all the victims do not pass away. But guess what? A victim is a victim, and we're here for all the victims. So this is sad, y'all. And I'm just going to be real quick. I'm going to say our message. We got 50-something names, y'all. So, and then talk about our sad list as well of community violence. But real quick, I just want to say our statement. I'm going to freestyle it, because that paper been lost a couple months and years ago. But nevertheless, I'm going to go straight into it, and then we're going to take 1 minute, because the list is so long. And I know a minute is not long enough, but we do this all the time. and we always stay in good thought. But even the ones that don't pray, we always send positive vibes and thoughts. And the ones that pray, we send prayers daily. So,
Excuse me,
with that
Tawanda.
being, yes.
There's a comment and a question I just want to share with you. You might want to respond. The first comment is your Reese's peanut butter and chocolate cake was delicious. That's from Super Cardio. And then, Judah Adashi asked a question. Hey, everyone, is the opening on 6/20 in the daytime or in the evening?
Okay. I will tell Super Cardio, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Thank you just for being in the place. Appreciate you. And Judah, we're gonna send you something because we're gonna have a private viewing, and both of them gonna be like I want to say like. Because I'm horrible with times and stuff, but I know it's going literally. If I'm not mistaken, I think the private viewing where we're gonna get together, the private viewing, I think might be like from 1 to 2, and then it's gonna be open from the public around 2 to 3. I'm not sure. Am I correct on that time? Do anybody on here know the correct timing? But even if we don't know it right now, I promise you before then, you, a matter of fact, tomorrow I will send you everything. I'll send it to you personally, the actual time, because I don't want to, misquote. And thank you guys for the questions and the comments. I
can tell you too. So the initial private part is going to be from about 12 to 2. And then there'll be a couple of hours after that for the public to come see the exhibit. But folks who've been very involved will get an invitation. So you'll get an invitation explaining it to you, and we'll be having a flyer out about the public part too.
And Judah Adachi sent a heart and a thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Hillary. Because look at me, I messed up everything. I'm talking about some daggone 1 to 2. See, I'm telling y'all, don't rely on me for the information, because I have y'all standing at the baseball park and y'all supposed to have been at Rolling Park. It's too much.
It'll all be out there. It'll all be out there. We're working on the flyers.
Thank you. And that's the part I love about the West Coalition, y'all, because they keep me on track, on point every second. You see, Uncle Billy brought me through his phone when they try to shut me down. See, that's the good part about a coalition, a family working together. We cannot be divided no matter how many tricks and scams and schemes y'all put out. We are one and we will win. So with that being said, that made me feel good, y'all. But anyway, I'm trying to feel good before we come to the sad part, but I'm going to say the mission statement. It is the mission of the West Coalition not to just fight for accountability for my big brother Tyrone West, but literally, you just heard the mother uplifting her son that should be here. It's not just for Tyrone West, it's for all the victims of police brutality and murder. Because we know too, hand in hand, that murder is murder. When someone loved one is to snatch, that's an awful act of evilness. And it doesn't matter if it's a law enforcement officer or your neighbor down the street. A person's family is messed up for life. But the only difference, and let's be crystal clear, there is a difference. When there's a law enforcement officer involved, hardly, if ever, they will serve accountability. But if it's a community person and you got all the facts and all the details, right? You can literally, that's what you call putting a nail in a coffin. You probably never see that person again. They give 16-year-olds 95 years and all this foolishness and everything. But with repeat violent offenders, they hardly get time. We have to sit on the end of our seat and beg and pray and hope and all this stuff. It's disgusting. So I'm not even going to go through, but at the same time, it's still horrible. And we are here not just for police brutality, but for community violence as well. Because like I said, it's the highway of hell. It doesn't matter what street you take to get to that highway. You might be on your way to the highway going downtown. You might take Calvert Street, St. Paul, Pratt, but whatever which way, y'all end up right on that highway that connects. And that's this ugly system, this capitalist system that perpetuate racism, sexism, and all these isms that break us apart and breaks our heart. It's disgusting. It's the system, and it needs to be shut completely down, knocked down, built back up, because in between they're playing games. They're playing games. And that's my opinion on that. But nevertheless, back to the mission statement. So it's a mission of just to pretty much coming from a loving place, you know, to lift up these names, even though we don't have no details connected to these names, right? Because we get both of our lists. One is on a local level and one is on a national level. But unfortunately, we don't get no details about what happened, who was involved. We don't get none of that. But we just know a victim is a victim. And like I always say, I don't wish death or murder or anything bad on anyone, not even my worst enemy. I don't want to see you get wiped out the way our loved ones getting wiped out. That is disgusting and heartbreaking to me. But again, we're here not to exploit anyone, but we're here coming from a caring place. We believe in mediation because at the end of the day, if you can sit down collectively as people, human beings, even if you agree to disagree, guess what? People walk away safe. And that's what we're about, safe places. And all the 669 weeks, y'all, I can honestly and gratefully and proudly say nobody has ever been hurt or harmed at a West Wednesday. Thank you, God. Thank you, Father God. And that's me with the Father God. Thank you. That's not the West Coalition. That's the Wanda Jones. Thank you, Father God. You are a good God that never brought danger to us. Even though we know danger lies, we know people's tires have been slashed, but that has nothing to do with us. That's this ugly racist system. But again, we're here not to exploit nobody. We're here just to uplift the victims' names. So we're going to take this 1 minute, even though we know a minute is not long enough, but the time now, I believe, unless it changes in a second, but the time now seems to be 8:12, and we're going to come back at 8:13. Mic check.
Mic check.
All right, I don't know. I'm not sure that was a minute because I ain't never have a minute that fast. But the time now is 8:13, and I don't want to be like a politician saying something and not just making no deliverables because we know it's almost election time on the local level. And y'all need to do y'all research when y'all start putting people back in office or snatching them out. Do your research first. So I'm going to hand it all over. I don't know if our brother Brian is still in queue or not, but if he's not, then I will say what I remember what he said about the sad community list. But if he's here, let's just pass it over to Brian. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Thank you, Twanda. This currently we have 6 people appearing on the community violence list as victims of homicides here in Baltimore. But we have no names for any of those people. Those names are all being withheld by the police this time. So we're going to wait, and as we get names for those, we will pass those along to you. We just ask you all to hold them and their families and their loved ones in your hearts, and dedicate yourselves to continuing this work in their names. And as soon as we know their names, we will let you do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Brian. So, Hillary, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Twanda. Mic check. So we are going to do this list of police brutality victims, people killed by the police between the dates of April 26th through May 11th of this year. There were 52 people, which is just over, it's about 3 1/3 per day on average. And any is too many. And as we read this, you can think about each person and think about the community that supported them or lived around them or people they knew and worked with, family. Each one of these people represents a community, and killings like this and any kind of death reverberates through any community. So we have them all in our hearts now as we are thinking about them. So I will do the first half of the list and then Bill will do the second. So starting on April 26th in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, 39-year-old man, Michael Williams.
Michael Williams.
Also on the 26th in Kansas City, Missouri, a male whose age is unknown and whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell Black Cops.
Ashe.
Ashe.
On the 26th in Monroe, Michigan, a male whose, again, age is unknown and name was withheld by the police.
Cell Black Cops. Ashe.
Ashe.
On the 27th of April in Maple Park, Illinois, a 36-year-old man, Joseph Marino.
Joseph
Marino.
On the 27th in Oakland, California, a male whose age is unknown and whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell Block
Killer Cops. Ashe.
Ashe.
On the 28th in Olympia, Washington, a 44-year-old man, Todd Bass.
Todd Bass.
Todd Bass.
On the 28th in Victoria, Texas, 36-year-old man, George De La Rosa.
George De La Rosa.
George De La Rosa.
Thank you. On the 29th in Columbus, Ohio, 38-year-old man, Shantaz Lori.
Shantaz
Lori.
On the 29th in North Las Vegas, Nevada, 31-year-old man, Khalil Jamal Smith.
Khalil
Jamal
Smith.
On the 29th in Richfield, Montana, 27-year-old man, DeSaver Hollis.
DeSaver
Hollis.
On the 29th in Twin Falls, Idaho, 29-year-old man, Colton Copeland.
Colton
Copeland.
Also on the 29th in Phoenix, Arizona, 32-year-old man whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell Block
Ashe.
Ashe.
On May 1st in Martinsburg, West Virginia, a male whose age is unknown and whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell Block Cops.
Ashe.
On May 1st in Holden, Missouri, 19-year-old male, Savion McCallow.
Savion McCallow.
And that's McConnell, I'm sorry. On May 1st in Virginia, Montana, 31-year-old male, Ethan Bash.
Ethan Bash.
On May 2nd in Chattanooga, Tennessee, 48-year-old male, Billy Williams.
Billy Williams.
On May 2nd in Lawton, Oklahoma, 33-year-old male, Anthony Montalvo. On May 2nd in Arvada, Colorado, a male whose age is unknown, and whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell Killer Cops.
Ashe.
Ashe. Also on May 2nd in Oak Hills, California, a 67-year-old male, Anthony Tevis.
Anthony Tevis.
Anthony Tevis.
Mhm. On May 2nd in Kingman, Arizona, 47-year-old male, Levi Ray.
Levi
Ray.
On the 3rd in Cannonball, North Dakota, 27-year-old male, Dylan Redbow.
Dylan.
On May 4th in Union, Wisconsin, someone whose gender is unknown, age is unknown, and name was withheld by the police.
Bell box for
Killer cops.
Ashe.
On May 4th in Marfa, Texas, a male whose age is unknown and whose name was withheld by the police.
Bell box for
Killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe.
On May 4th in Jacksonville, Florida, again, a male whose age is unknown and whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell block for
Killer cops.
Ashe.
Ashe.
On May 4th in Stockton, California, 25-year-old male, Moises Andrade.
Moises Andrade.
On May 5th in San Antonio, Texas, 30-year-old male whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell block for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe.
And now I will pass the rest of the list over to Bill.
Good evening, everyone. For anyone that just tuned in, we're reading the list of people who have been killed by police around the United States in the most recent period. I was going to say something else that slipped my mind. First in Fort Worth, Texas, on May the 5th, 36 years old, Matthew Cruz.
Matthew
Cruz.
In Richardson, Texas, on the 6th of this month, 28 years old, Stephen Quimbe.
Stephen Quimbe.
Again, on the 6th in Edinburgh, Texas, 81 years old, Stephen Orth.
Stephen
Orth.
In Edwardsburg, Michigan, on the 6th, 46 years old, Tony Artusi.
Tony.
In South Bend, Indiana, on the 6th, a woman who was 25 years old. There are 3 women that we're upholding this evening. Hannah Abereg.
Hannah Abereg.
Once again, on the 6th in Susanville, California, a man whose age has not been listed and whose name has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for
killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. On the 7th of this month in Richmond, Virginia, another woman killed by the police, 31 years old, Jasmine Wooten Mitchell.
Wooten Mitchell.
Again, on the 7th in Saginaw, Texas, 19-year-old man, Alexavier Nahulua.
Alexavier Nahulua.
On the 7th again, this time in Hunter, Georgia, 37 years old, Thomas Bowen III.
Thomas Bowen III.
Yet again on the 7th in San Leandro, California, a man whose age has not been listed and whose name has been withheld by the police.
Blacks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. Oh, I'm sorry. The other thing I meant to explain is that when we say Ashe, it's Yoruba. It means let it be so. And the let it be so refers to the idea that killer cops need to be in cell blocks. We're saying let that be so. So in Arlington, Virginia, on the 8th of this month, 33 years old, Sean Vane.
Sean Vane.
In Chattanooga, Tennessee, on the 8th, 54 years old, Douglas Bearden.
Douglas Bearden.
In Omaha, Nebraska, on the 8th again, 26 years old, Jaquan Marion.
Jaquan Marion.
Yet again on the 8th in Peoria, Illinois, 41 years old, Cortez White.
Cortez White.
In Muncie, Indiana, on the 9th, 51 years old, James Willis.
James Willis.
In Dayland, Florida, on the 9th, again, 29 years old, Brandon Braben.
Brandon
Braben. I'm sorry.
Okay. On the 9th, yet again, in Oakleaf Plantation, Florida, 48 years old, Morris Davis.
Morris
Davis.
In Oshkosh, Wisconsin, on the 10th, a man whose age has not been listed and whose name has been withheld by the police.
Selbrock. Ashe.
Ashe. Again on the 10th, in Columbia, South Carolina, 32 years old, Cody Johnson.
Cody
Johnson.
Once again on the 10th, in Bucyrus, Ohio, 41 years old, Paul Desmarais.
Paul Desmarais.
On the 10th, yet again, in Northampton, New York, 28 years old, Stephen Eastwood.
Eastwood.
And the youngest victim of police murder that we're upholding this evening is from Dallas, Texas, killed on the 11th, 17 years old, and they give only his initials, KB.
KB.
In Salina, Kansas, on the 11th, 44 years old, Brandon Sears.
Brandon Sears.
In Mundelein, Illinois, again on the 11th, a woman, 37 years old, Mary Love.
Mary Love.
And the final person we're upholding this evening, killed by police in Greenville, Alabama, on the 11th, Gray Vinson.
Ray
Vincent.
And that concludes the tragic list. And back to you, Tawanda.
Yes. First of all, again, I just want to thank, starting off our special guest for trusting us with sharing her loved one, Daquan Johnson's tragic, horrible story, praying for accountability for him, for all the victims. It's heartbreaking. And I want to thank the West Coalition, y'all. Rock, y'all, my family. I just love y'all. Just thank y'all. And I'm just continue on praying for everybody as we go through these days and times that we have never seen before and experienced. So as I always say, live to love, love to live. I love you all, and we will see you next West Wednesday. And I will be sharing the flyers. And again, the appeal is still happening. So donate, share, and buy some merch, y'all. Live to love to live, love you all. And unfortunately, matter of fact, since it's so late, I'm not even going to play that other awful half. So I'm going to relieve my Rachel of her duties. Just remember, we can't stop, we won't stop until killer cops are in cell blocks. Mic check.